guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Caitlin and today I'm going to be doing a craft kit. I've got a sew your own sloth. I really love sloths, I think they're really cute. I picked this up from the range and I can't exactly remember the price, but I'll have a look online and if I can find it I'll leave the price somewhere on the screen here, and I'll probably leave the link in the description as well below if anybody else wanted to try this out. I've never made my own plushie before. I made a sock monkey, I think it was, like ages ago when I was a child. I can't even remember. I can't even remember what it looked like. It was a long time ago, but I'm really excited to get into this. From the looks of the back of the box, it includes everything that you need. It's got the stuffing, the thread, the needles, all of the plushie parts, and it's even got some facts about sloths, which I think is really fun. And this is for ages 8+. So I'm just going to open this up and have a look at what's inside. So here is my kit close up. I'm guessing this is what the sloth colour is going to be. On the back here you can see it's coming with the different components. Perhaps the face is already going to be on there. All of the different parts here for his arms and legs and his feet, and the threads and stuffing. You probably can't see it on camera, but there's a picture here of 2 needles and our sloth facts. So I'm going to open this up. So we've got an instruction manual. I'll put that to one side a minute. We've got a bag of plushie parts and 2 tubes of stuffing. One's a bit shorter than the other, so perhaps one's for the arms and one's for the legs. Don't know, but we'll have a look. I'm going to open this bag. So here we have some arms and legs parts. I'm guessing this is going to be the back because the tags are already sewn on here. I really like this colour, it's like tie-dye. And that means this must be the front. And then we've got a bag of face parts, I'm gonna guess. I guess that they aren't already on the sloth. That's better. And then we've got our needles here and our threads. So the first step is to get all of my sloth pieces out on a flat surface and thread my needle. So I'm gonna do that. I wasn't sure which colour thread to start with, so I just had a look at step 3. It's saying to start assembling the sloth's face. Probably the first colour I'm going to use is the black, since I'm going to be sewing the black eyes onto the blue part, so you won't be able to see the stitching. Okay, these are the first 2 pieces that I need. I need these black ones and blue ones. The first thing they want me to do is sew this one on here. Try and get in the middle as best I can. Start on the back. Oh, I don't know if this needle is going to be sharp enough for what I want to do. Yeah, it's definitely not. It is really blunt, you guys. Like, it's making a like a puncture, but not actually threading. It really, really does not want to go in there. I'm going to go and see if I have a sharper needle, actually, because that's going to take me way too long. And if not, we will resort to the glue gun. I do think it's probably somewhat this material's fault, because this is quite it's not the same as like fabric. These needles will probably go through the actual materials just fine, but this just doesn't want to go through this felt. Okay, I found another needle. It's kind of also not very good, but I'm still going to use it. It's a little bit more pointy and sharp than the other one, so it's a little bit pointier and sharper. I tested it out and poked this through this a few times and it works a lot better. So I'm just going to do this. That's a lot better. Over the next few clips you can see my mouth is moving. I did record audio at the time of recording, but unfortunately an aeroplane went over and for some reason my house was making a really loud creaking noise, which I definitely didn't hear at the time, and I was home alone, so that's kind of creepy. But Just ignore the fact that my mouth is moving not in time with what I'm saying. But basically what I'm trying to say here is I finished my eyes and I'm now moving on to the nose, which was just a sticker. And I got to just stick that one onto the other piece of felt. And also the instructions actually say to sew on a sequin onto each eye, and I can see on the front of the box there is a sequin on the Sloth, but I didn't get any sequins in my kit. I looked through all the packets again, I definitely didn't have any sequins, but not to worry, it just makes the Sloth look a little bit more creepy. Here is how the nose and mouth looks once it's stuck down. And now the next part, I've got to sew it all onto this face. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. It's gonna look like this. It would be better if I had sequins, but I've literally just checked all my bags, the whole box. There's definitely no sequins anywhere to be found. So they're just gonna have to be non-sparkly eyes. So I'm just gonna quickly sew all of this together. Okay, so we've got our whole face sewn together now. It did take a lot of work to get the needle actually through this piece of fabric. It's really stiff, but it definitely hurt my fingers a fair amount, but it turned out pretty cute. On the picture on the instructions, the nose is actually sort of overlapping on here, but I thought there's no way I'm going to try and put the needle through 3 layers of this felt because it was really thick. But the next step now, I've got to sew it onto the body. I'm going to sew it on like this, and then we sew the back on and then stuff it. Okay guys, it's the next day. I gave up last night because I was feeling very tired. So I finished sewing my face on. All of the pieces of the face are sewn on. I don't have any sequins still. I rechecked all the bags. I definitely don't have any sequins, but that's fine. My next step is to sew these pieces together. The interesting thing about these instructions is that it doesn't ask me to sew them inside out. So normally if you were going to sew something, you would sew it inside out so that the seams aren't showing, but this doesn't ask me to sew it inside out, which I thought was interesting. And I can see on the picture of the Sloth they've got here, you can actually see all of the seams on the arms and legs and everything. So I'm just going to do it how they're telling me to and not sew it inside out, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to use the blue thread for the body and see if we've got enough. So now I'm going to sew these 2 pieces together, and I'm going to start from the head. Our little piece sewn together. I've left a hole in the top to stuff it with. I've got like a great big bag of stuffing, so I'm not going to be very sparing. I'll just use whatever I feel like I need. I don't want it to be a bit like saggy. This might all be enough, but we'll see. I've never made a plushie before, that's for sure. Feels like Build-A-Bear. So I did end up using all my stuffing for the body and the face, but that's fine. I'm now going to sew my arms and legs together, and I will use some of my own stuffing for those. I'm literally covered in fur, by the way. My legs are literally covered in sloth fur. So I'm going to sew together all the arms and legs, and then I'll come back to show you sewing it onto the body. And here are my legs all sewn together with the feet sewn on. These are some very glamorous feet. I've never seen sloth with pink sparkly feet before, but I think they look great. May or may not have noticed by now, but I'm actually sewing this arm on backwards. Yeah, when I realised, I obviously unpicked it and sewed it back on the right way. And here is my finished sloth, with all 4 limbs, all facing the right way round. Unfortunately, we didn't ever get sequin eyes, so we don't have those sparkly eyes that I would have liked, but it still looks okay, if a bit creepy. I did enjoy making this sloth. I thought it was a really fun craft to do. I do wish that the needles that they provided were a bit sharper. I know obviously this is a children's kit, so they wouldn't want to provide maybe sharp needles. I definitely felt I could cause more damage to myself with that blunt needle than if I had a sharp one, but never mind. It still worked out fine. I managed to sew it all on together. It did take me a while to get all the felt parts and the hands and feet, but it worked out really well in the end. I think this turned out really cute. I especially love the tie-dye pattern of the sloth. I think that's really cute. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. And also this was only £5, so really you can't go wrong. I would definitely recommend this kit. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you were planning to give this a try, let me know. I'm leaving a link in the description with the whole kit, and I hope you enjoyed this video.